Hi and welcome to Diving Headfirst. Today I'm going to show you a Christmas tree alternative if you have like a small space, like you live in a small apartment and or you just don't want to store a Christmas tree if you don't get a real one. I've personally never had a real tree. I've always had fake trees because my mom and my brother are allergic to them. So this year when I moved out of my apartment, didn't want to deal with having to get a real tree and how to take care of it because I don't know how to do that, and I didn't want to buy a fake tree and have to store it. So I took all my ornaments that I have collected over the years and I decided to do something along the lines of an invisible tree. Here I'll put a picture here of one that I found that was like where I kind of was my inspiration that I found on Pinterest. I did something similar to that, but not quite the same. I did kind of a swirl because I didn't have enough ornaments to do like a full-on tree shape. But I think it came out pretty good. In this version, I made sure didn't use any of my memory ornaments because all of them are breakable, and I was slightly worried that this might fall down, so I did not put up any breakable ornaments. All the ornaments I put up are plastic, and for the most part they're just like the kind of bulk packs that you buy at Target. But yeah, I think it came out really cool. And it's also a great alternative because we also have a cat in the apartment. So my roommate wanted to get a small real tree, but then I was like, yeah, but Penny's gonna climb up it. So this is a great alternative if you have a cat because they can't climb up it. It's hanging in midair. You can make it high enough so that your cat cannot get in it. So let's get started. The supplies you will need for this project: a round cooling rack, ornaments. I used shatterproof ones just because I wasn't sure if the command hook that I was using would hold everything up, but that is also up to you. Clear string. I use clear thread, scissors, markers, 2 different colors to make a template for yourself if you would like to. Various forms of tape to use as a guide, as well as I ended up using a small decorative duct tape, how I hung my wire rack from my hook, and paper to draw your guide on. Additional supplies that I do not have images for you are some form of hook or maybe some other way to attach this to the ceiling. That's up to you. A step stool. This obviously varies depending on the height of your ceilings. And a level for when you're first hanging the rack to make sure that it's level for like your basis for hanging everything off of it. Guide for this project: take your piece of paper as well as your wire rack and a marker, and first trace the wire rack as well as mark the center point and halfway points to help use as a guide for when you're drawing out your guide for this project. Once you have your markings done, I first drew a swirl because I didn't think I had enough ornaments to completely do a full shape of a tree. But I also did circles as well as the swirl so that if I had an extra, which I did in the end have a little bit extra, that I could fill it out more and I would know the distances for each level to go out to. Once you're done drawing your swirl and or circle, cut out your guide. Now the rack that I bought came with these legs on it that I decided to take off. That is up to you. At first I contemplated using these as a way to actually hang my rack, but I decided against it eventually. Now that the legs are off, you could see the guide through the rack. I originally tried to use the clear thread as a way to hang my rack, but that did not support that much weight of even just the basic rack, never mind all the ornaments, so I ended up actually using this silver mini kind of decorative duct tape. After I removed those legs, there was 4 little bumps on the bottom of my rack, so I looped the duct tape around that, and then I tried to leave an equal distance amount, and I just lightly taped it to the edges as I was doing it, and made sure that none of them overlapped so that they wouldn't stick together until I was ready to tape them to the hook. Now that I have all the tape on my rack, I'm ready to tape this to the hook. I had already placed my hook up on my ceiling the day before so that my command hook strips had enough time to cure. Because if you're using a command hook, you need to let it sit for at least an hour before you actually start placing any kind of weight on it. Once I got the rack up, I was able to use a level and adjust the straps. Once you have your rack hanging up, you could put your guide on it, so then you could see from below the shape that you want to create. I had to cut some slits into mine because of where my straps were attaching, but that is completely dependent on how you actually hang up your rack. Now you're ready to go. Take your clear thread or fishing wire and make a knot at the top, attaching it to the rack, and then cut to a little bit longer than the length that you want your ornament to be hanging from, and double knot your ornament at the end of the string. And then you just repeat this over and over and over again until you have your tree. I hope you liked this video. Please like and subscribe if you like this video and want to see more. Please let me know what you thought in the comments, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye!